You see me in this state of me not feeling very great. Wigless. I just finally washed my face today. And I twisted my hair. I wasn't even planning to twist my hair. Y'all know I wear wigs, and I usually don't wear wig caps these days. Oh God. What is that? I ended up twisting my hair. My kitchen's kind of a mess. Like, I don't know if that's becoming my brand. Like, I didn't want that to be my brand. Even just for my personal self, I didn't want a messy kitchen to be like a thing that I do for myself. But, or a messy, like, sorry, y'all. A messy room in general. Like, y'all just saw a flash of my living room. It's not like what I was going for like Alma's world or any part of my world. Really, these are really dirty. You really can't see. Oh, that's good. I was like, what is that? What was I trying to say? I got on here to, oh yeah, I twisted my hair. I just kind of started, like my hands just started doing that. I used to twist my hair a lot when I was younger. My hair hasn't been this long in literally years, like since high school actually, which I kind of feel like maybe it's like a full circle thing, but I feel like I'm finally like healing from some stuff. You know what I mean? Like the pains, like my high school pains are ending in a way, if that makes any sense. You see how my bed is a mess. I told y'all that when you see the state of my bed, you see my mental state a little bit. Oh wait, did you see it? No. No. There's no way. No. You couldn't. Could you see it from that angle? No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Anyways, oatmeal time. I boiled some water because I've had this for like 3 months, maybe more, because I wanted to make an ASMR trying this. But y'all, you know, I've been learning about all the biophoton shit, and I was talking about like finding the Dr. Sebi documentary and all of that shit. So basically, this whole week, I've been like trying to eat really well, but I ended up just like being really disgusted by food entirely because everything around me I feel like is dead and absolutely disgusts me. So I haven't been eating. So now all of a sudden today, I'm like binging and eating all types of shit. Like I started out the morning by just like trying to eat fruit, and I even made this like vegetable rice pilaf sort of thing. I don't really know. I think pilaf is just like veggies with rice. But I made this like stew jjigae pilaf sort of thing. And I was like not satisfied with it. And like 2 hours later, I was like, Alma, you have this discount code to Domino's. Order the sandwich you talked about with your therapist and get those fucking cinnamon twist fish because I need this right now. Like, so I did. And I honestly feel kind of better. And I kind of had to remind myself that like when I was doing really well with like my exercising, the most in my whole life actually, was like a year ago, like a year and a half ago, when I was just adding vegetables to my diet and like working out, like doing like 2 to 3, maybe like 5-minute workouts every day, 10-minute workouts. Just like during my breaks at work, I would go to this like park right around the corner, which I don't know how was I was just, wow, I don't know. I was praying a lot, you know, very spiritual, asking God for a lot of things, hoping for the best. And yeah, so I guess I'm kind of in that state again now because I'm kind of asking God for quite a few changes. I asked for this channel to actually be successful now, like, and for my music to actually be successful as well, because I was just sitting thinking about how like I have all these moves that I have to make. So like, you know, the new lease that I have to, you know, pay for, the 3 times the rent thing. And then there's this gap month between, so I'm supposed to move out of here like August 25th. And then I'm supposed to move into that new place on like August 19th. So that's like a gap month. And I still haven't secured like where my stuff is going during that time, or where I'm even gonna be at during that time. And I remember when my office was asking me if I want to renew, I was like, oh, can I renew for like a month? They were like, let me see. And they never got back to me about that, which no shade, but excuse me. Hopefully that could happen where I'm like, hey, like, can I just stay until the, like, can I stay an extra month, whatever, and pay the whatever? I don't know though. And honestly though, like, and I was just like trying to calculate like how much I'm making because I got this like second job thing and it starts in March. And I'm like calculating and I'm like trying to figure out how this is going to work and how it's going to like make sense. And even just staying where I'm at my job, where I'm at, like I really love my team, and I'm just thinking like as an adult, like there's things I have to take care of now. Like me having enough food to eat and making sure that I can literally like have food and get around and not be like worried about my food, like the food insecurity shit. Like, no, that can't ride. Like that can't rock, because like if I want to be healthy, like I can't constantly be worried about like what I can buy, how much I can spend on my food, and then like worrying if that's gonna compete with bills, or like even stuff like buying wigs, if that's gonna make sure I have enough to do that, and then not having enough to feel like I can actually buy some new hats to experiment on, or buy canvases to paint with, or like buying new paints. What the hell is going on outside? Who knows? Buying new paints, and like I haven't bought music equipment in literally years. I haven't even bought Logic Pro. I still am using GarageBand. I don't go to the studio. Like, I want to progress in life, and I want to succeed as well. Like, I want to travel. I wanted to travel ever since I was like a jit, for real. Like, specifically since middle school. I wanted to be a successful YouTuber since middle school. And I wanted to be a successful music artist since I was like tiny as hell. My step grandma, which I always like, I don't know if I should even present it like that. But I try to say things so that people understand. So anyways, I'm not even gonna explain all. Basically, she told me that even when I was like tiny, like a little kid, she said that I would just be singing and I didn't even know. So it had to be like seriously like a since birth thing where like I've wanted to become a successful artist forever. So, and like performing and like traveling, touring, all that type of shit, and like, you know, meeting all types of people, and, you know, and then like wanting to learn about making movies. I wanted to do that ever since I was in middle school, like officially like becoming a director specifically. And of course acting, like I wanted to do acting forever, and just like owning companies, I wanted to do that forever, and just all of these dreams of like owning cafes and like owning production companies and like being a producer of so many different concepts that like I give the whole idea, I have the funding backed for it, and I put the people in place and it goes, and like I check in on it, make sure it's all running correctly, and like, yo, like I can't tell you how many things I've seen in my head. Like I can't tell you how many things I've seen in my head. And so it's kind of like getting to this point in my life where I'm like reflecting and seeing now, okay, I'm like, yo, like the kids I work with, they're in college, and like in a couple years they're gonna graduate and they're gonna get jobs that are like starting out at like 100K. And I'm like, yo, like I'm really here making like $15 an hour. If they gave me that raise, I was making $13.50 an hour, like $13.50 an hour. And it's getting to this point now where I'm like, yo, Alma, like I know that you chose to not go to school because you really wanted to make it on YouTube and with music, and like the things that you have like fought for, like you've chosen to be where you're at right now for reasons of your own. Like you didn't want it to be something where you started trying to logic your way out of it. You didn't want it to be something where you're like, oh, you know, well, I'm making 100K now and I'm comfortable and I have this and I have that, so why should I do this? Or like, even to the point where if I got a job like that, like if I couldn't post certain things and I couldn't say what I wanted to, and I had to keep up a certain image for XYZ or whatever, and I don't want to have to wait till I'm like 30 something to like I'll have enough saved up to where it's safe for me to just like finally start being myself or something like that. Like, no, I want to succeed now. And it just kind of got to the point where I was just thinking about all this shit, and I was like, God, like, I'm serious now. Like, I think I'm actually ready now. Like, all this time has gone on, and I've been putting in so much effort for years. And I think now I'm really ready for my success. Like, that might sound weird, even as I hear myself say it, I'm like, that sounds kind of weird, but like, I'm ready to like actually go. Like, I'm ready to make that stuff really here for real. And I was just watching this thing called Hopeless Romantic Society, and it just reminds me of like these ideas I have, and the feeling that it gives me is a very special feeling that it's like, it just reminds me of the feeling that I want to create with the things that I do. And just the freedom, like seeing the people being themselves in the way that they are, just reminds me that there's so much more to the world than I'm currently around. And just seeing the differences in personalities and like where people are from. Like, there's been a couple people that have mentioned they're from North Carolina. I'm like, oh, I feel that in you. That's crazy. And it even just makes me wonder, makes me more curious about people that I'm actually around. Like, you know, I feel like the type of person that I am, I bring out the best in people. And like, when they're around me, you know, it's kind of like a lead by example thing. It's like the way that I operate, like I try to bring out the best in myself, but of course I still have things that I struggle with, such as like my eating and like discipline, cleaning my kitchen, keeping it clean. Anytime I cook, and I was trying to cook to be healthy. It's just like, but anyways, what was I saying? I try to bring out the best in people. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, everyone's still multifaceted. So yeah, it just makes me curious about like what people are like, you know, outside of like a work environment or outside of, you know, the ways that I usually see them. And it made me think about how like the friendships that I don't have anymore and the friendships that I kind of like haven't kept, and like why that is. And like, I was thinking about this today, but like, I choose, like there was a second where I was feeling specifically lonely, like thinking about certain people, but then I was like, you know what, but I choose feeling this over being around people that aren't accountable, or like I choose this feeling over being around people who don't care about how they make me feel, or I choose this feeling of me right here staring at my open swab deodorant because I don't even know where the top is, over being with somebody who doesn't try or like doesn't believe in me or looks down on me, or like, I need to sneeze. That wasn't like a cool pause. That was like I need to sneeze. I'm trying to see. It's gonna come out. It's not coming out. Let's look at this. The dinosaur egg thing. I don't know if they're supposed to hatch or like, I don't know. It's kind of scary. Oh, it did hatch. How creepy is that? Look at that. Do you see that? It's like the vitamin things when you were little, you know? I hope it's good because I like tried to eat one of the eggs by themselves. That shit was weird. So let me just, okay. That's good. I hope you don't want one of the eggs, to be honest with you. I might should try one, right? Look, it hatched. That's scary. It looks like blood. Sorry, y'all. I usually like crunchy stuff. That I wasn't really a fan of. just doesn't have any flavor, but the oatmeal itself does have flavor, and it's cute, so I'll give it that. I'm sure I'm not the target. Where's this accent coming from? I'm sure I'm not the target audience anyway. But yeah, I want to keep showing y'all great content. Amazing music. I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm ready now. All right, much love. Dang it. Bye.